elements to strategic planning like communication strategy, strategic planning task force. So who is actually coming up with your strategy? It will be the organizational leaders. We sometimes call them as a strategic planning task force. So those are
Mm.
the people coming up with the strategy of their organization. Vision
Mm.
statement, mission statement, we already discussed. So vision statement is
Mm.
where do we aim to be? Like 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, where do we aim to be? So as I told you,
Mhm.
National Bank of Abu Dhabi, they wanted to be the number one bank in the Middle East region. That
Mm.
was their vision. And they had
Mhm.
a mission statement also, which was like, like a lot of something related to the customer service and other things. Like, what do we do? In order to reach to our vision, what do we do? That's our mission. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Next is values, organizations, fundamental beliefs, acceptable organizational behavior relates to organization culture. So also you have value statements as an organization, organizational values. Then you have goals and objectives. You the main difference between a goal and objective is goal is long term, while objectives are generally short term.
Mm.
Yeah, so goal is like my long term goal. In order to reach to the goal, I will have a lot of objectives, specific, measurable, action oriented, realistic, and time bound strategies that achieve the organization's goals and mission. So in order to reach the goal, I will have a number of objectives. So just
Objectives.
remember,
Yeah.
yeah, just remember like a football. So like all of the players, their ultimate aim is to reach to the goal. That is the long term. So in
Mm.
order to reach the goal, you will have to have a lot of teamwork and interactions, passing the ball, etc. Those are your objectives. Correct? You watch football?
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
You're
I
okay with
used
it.
to watch it a lot with my cousin, but then no, not anymore. I know
Okay.
you guys are probably big on that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Here it's
Mm.
football crazy people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't sleep in the night when there is Champions League or other things. They
Oh
don't
my
sleep.
god, I know like a lot. I can't do that. Like, but I know people go crazy. I can't.
Right. Another term is tasks. So tasks are specified actionable events assigned to individual departments. It's like a task. What's a task? A task or activity.
Yeah.
Okay, very important program business case. You can
Yeah.
definitely expect questions on business case because without
Okay.
a business case, there is no program.
Mhm.
So business case is a very important document. So I'm just going to give you some bullet points about business case. Business case
Yeah.
is required as one of the document deliverables before the program can be formally chartered and may be considered as the primary justification document for an investment decision.
Mhm.
So if somebody is
Yeah.
asking you why you are doing this program, you can simply show them the business case. The business case is
Yeah.
the justification. Yeah. So this document
Mhm.
pretty much says why I am doing this program at all. So you need to have a
Right.
business case for your program. Okay. The goal of
Right.
linking the program to the organization's strategic plan is to plan and manage a program that will help the organization achieve its strategic goals and objectives and to balance its use of resources while maximizing value. This is achieved
Mm.
through business case. You have to
Mm.
achieve your strategy, goals, objectives, and also you don't want to overuse your resources. You want to balance use of your resources. At the same time, you want to give maximum value to your organization. So everything will be considered in the business case during program definition. So actually, when is business case coming into picture? It is coming into picture during the program definition. I have some interesting graphics coming up later in the slides, which you will not find
Mm.
in any of the books. Okay,
Okay.
those graphics will make your life much easier also to understand the various concepts. It is coming up. Okay.
Okay.
During program definition, the program manager collaborates with key sponsors and stakeholders to develop the program's business case. So it is not program manager is sitting, alone in one room independently, and he is not coming up with a business case. It's not like that. He has to interact
Right.
with a lot of stakeholders. He had to maybe conduct a lot of interviews. He need to basically do a lot of investigation while coming up with a business case.
So
Business case
Mohammed, a
can be,
question here.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so then the program definition here is
yeah.
kind of the journey of a business case is put together. So the definition here is not like a program charter, basically, right? It's just a
Yeah,
business
it
case
is,
development.
yeah, exactly. Program definition here is like you remember the life cycle of the
Yeah.
program we told about? Yeah, so consider it as a part of the life cycle. It is like, the beginning, like you are going to define the program.
Initiating kind of thing.
Initiating kind of thing, yes,
Okay,
exactly.
okay, got it.
But
Okay.
again, this definition has subdomains, okay? Subdomains are,
Okay.
yeah, program formulation and program planning. I'll come to that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're on track. Actually, you are asking the right questions and you're a little bit ahead of the curve, actually.
So wait till
So,
I give you 1 out of 5 again.
okay, other points. Business case. What all things the business case should contain? Business case may include details about the program outcomes, approved cost, issues, high-level risk and opportunity assessment, key assumptions, business and operational impact, cost-benefit analysis, alternative solutions, financial analysis, intrinsic and extrinsic benefits. Intrinsic means your internal benefits, extrinsic your external benefits. Market demands,
Sure.
potential profits, social needs, environmental influences, legal constraints, and the extent to which the program aligns with the organization's strategic plan. So if your organization asks to come up with a business plan tomorrow, maybe you can consider all these points in your business plan. Okay, all these titles, So this is basically what the program business case is and what it should contain and why the business case is existing in your program. All this information is basically in this slide.
Got
Now,
it. Okay.
yeah, now if you go and read the book, it will be much easier for you to understand the further nitty-gritties in that.
Yeah.
Next important document, very important document. I would say 99.99%. I'm tempted to say 100%, but yeah, 100%. You will find questions on these things. Charter, business case. Charter is equally important. So without a charter, there is no program. Okay. The program charter is the official. It's like a birth certificate, of the program.
Yeah. Birth certificate.
The program is actually taking birth with the program charter.
Yeah, I'm going to steal that going forward.
Following the approval of the program business case, the steering committee authorizes the program by means of a program charter. So in project charter, you remember it's very important. Similarly, it is equally important here as a program level program charter. It is derived from the business case actually. So business case is already there. So you will extract information from the business case in order to come up with your program charter. And it's a document that assigns and authorizes the program manager, and it defines the scope and purpose of a proposed program presented to governance to obtain approval, funding, and authorization. So you are actually preparing it and submitting it to your sponsor. Dear sponsor, this is our charter. Please review and approve so that we can go ahead with the program. So your name.
So then,
yeah.
So then, I guess the fundamental differences between the business case and a program charter is kind of like, I think, on top of business case, program charter would extract the existing information from business case and then add high-level risk analysis plus probably some high-level kind of plan or kind of milestone or like a roadmap to it, right? Something like that.
Yeah, a lot of high-level information will be there. So basically, the business case has to go through, then only you are coming to the charter.
But business case probably normally wouldn't have those milestones or kind of a roadmap, right? I guess business case will
Yeah,
probably provide
yeah,
a
right. Yeah,
like a
it will be more inclined towards the economic feasibilities, the financials,
okay, okay. Yeah,
and the
yeah,
viability
okay.
of doing the program. Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right in saying that. Yeah. And
Sounds good.
sometimes,
Okay.
as you told, already the business case will be developed from the strategic, task force or from the management side.
Right,
And yeah,
right.
not always the program manager is involved in a business case. Sometimes the business case will be handed over to him.
Yes.
And from that, you come up with the charter and take the approval of the charter. And as you rightly told, in the charter, there will be high level risks, high constraints, assumptions, high level
Yeah. Okay.
benefits, goals, objectives, success factors, timing, key
Yeah.
stakeholders, and other professions that tie the program to the business case and thereby enabling program strategic alignment. Program
Okay.
charter expresses the organization vision, mission, benefits expected to be produced by the program. So everything has to
Mm.
be aligned, all your program vision, mission, strategy.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's how you come up with the program charter. Program charter also provides the program manager with the authority for leading other subsidiary programs, projects, and related activities. Like, for example,
Mm.
the program charter is approved by the program sponsor, and April,
Yeah.
your name is there in the program charter. You are assigned as the program manager. So with this document, it is going to give you authority to use all the
Yeah.
resources. So you can show the document like the charter. See, I am the program manager. Now we have to get started with this program. You are in the team. You will be doing this. So and so, blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. So you basically get the power and authority to go ahead with
Yeah.
the program. Program charter will be
Yeah.
used to measure program success.
Okay.
Next important, this diagram I will make it little bit lighter tomorrow. It's little bit dark here. Program roadmap. So program
Mm.
roadmap is your next important document. So what is a roadmap? It is simply what it means. It is showing you the roadmap of your program. The program roadmap is a chronological representation of a program's intended direction, graphically depicting the dependencies between major
Mm.
milestones and decision points. So you can see an example there: period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4, etc. Wave 1, wave 2, wave. These waves can be like, phases or cycles. So in
Mm.
wave 1, you will finish component 1, and maybe you will reach to a decision point on component 1. Then at the end of wave 2, you will go to the next decision point. Okay, so it is basically
Mm.
showing you a chronological, it's like a high level program, no, high level schedule.
Yeah.
You are involved in schedule developments and all in your organization.
Yeah. This is very familiar to me. Yeah.
So it is a high level schedule, and it will show the dependencies between major milestones and decision points, which reflects
Mm.
the linkage between the business strategy and program work, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. While it is
Mhm.
similar to the project schedule, it also outlines major program events for the purpose of planning and the development of more detailed schedule. It
Mm.
reflects the pace. It's very important to know this. It reflects the pace at which benefits are realized and serves as a basis for transition and integration. How
Mm.
quickly you are going to deliver the benefits within your program, the speed
Mm.
or the pace at which these things will be
Right.
shown in your program roadmap. Clear enough, April?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, now you are familiar with the program strategic plan. You are familiar with the business case. You are familiar with the program charter. You are familiar with the program roadmap. So
Mm.
I will just go back to this slide just to freshen your memory. See this? We had discussed about the strategic plan. We had discussed about program business case, program charter, program roadmap. And while doing all
Yeah.
of these things, two things we have to do in parallel. One is the environmental assessments, and another is the
And
program
the
risk
other is the
management
risk.
strategy. So those
Yeah.
two things we discussed, then we are almost in a good shape with strategy. So you can just recall your EEF in your PMP. Remember EEF, enterprise environmental factors? You remember, I hope.
Sure. Now it comes back, but I don't remember the EEF. But now, like, yeah, it all looks familiar now.
Okay. So EEF, it can be internal as well as external, right? Try to recollect your memory.
Yeah. No. It makes all sense to me. It does.
Okay. So environmental assessment, you have to continuously perform. So I remember you told just some time ago, the environment can change anytime. You remember you told?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
this is
like our
exactly.
project changed a lot, right? Like the whole program composition changed a lot ever since COVID.
Yeah. So as a program manager, you should always have an eye on the environmental aspects. So that's why we call environmental assessments. There are often internal and external influences to the program that have a significant impact on program success. The program manager should identify these influences and take them into account to ensure ongoing stakeholder alignment and strategic goals. Make perfect sense. Are you already doing this environmental assessments to your programs or no?
Yeah, we are.
You are doing, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so most of the things you are doing already, so the exam should be easy for you, April.
Well, hopefully. I don't know about that. I don't know. We'll see.
So what is the EF refers to? EF refers to the condition not under the immediate control of the team that influence, constrain, or direct the program, such as. The main thing is you have to operate your program within the environmental factors, but this is not under your control. Like, for example, political and regulatory environment, it's not under your control. Economic environment. Now, due to COVID, our economic environment is very bad. It's not under our control. Competitive environment. Tomorrow, a new competitor new bank might come, and that will be a competition for your bank. So that's also not under your control, right?
Right.
Technological environment. It's something new has come to the market. Technology. Maybe you'll have to adopt. It's not under your control. Social and cultural environment. It's not under your control. So this is the important thing here. EFs, these are conditions not under the immediate control of the team, but you have to operate your program within the EF, even though it is beyond your control. Yeah, business environment, market, funding, resource, industry, HSC, economy, cultural diversity, regulatory, legislative. Many times we face problem with regulatory. I remember one project we were actually doing the firefighting system for a building. It was like 33-story building. We reached up to the 7th floor. At the time, there was a change in the regulatory requirement for the firefighting. There were some fires happening around various buildings, and they introduced some new requirement. So whatever work we did up to 7th floor, we had to redo because that was not matching the regulatory requirements. So these things are beyond our control, you know.
Yeah.
So those things are, we call it as EF.